And welcome into the start of yet another state-only challenge here on Madden 23, or more aptly in this case, states. I always let you guys vote on what state or states we take over, and in unanimous decision, besides I think 2 or 3 votes, you guys very much chose to take over the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, which provides us a lot of teams to draft from. And that obviously leaves us one team in the NFL to take over as our Carolina team. And aptly so, it will be the Carolina Panthers. If you're new to this series, we don't actually take over Carolina. We just use their stadium and uniforms. It is a fantasy draft, completely custom, so no teams are actually the real teams in real life. But we will be using Carolina Panthers as they are the Carolina team. We will not be using Matt Rule. We'll be making a custom coach. And that head coach is going to be NFL Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. He played at North Carolina, and he was one of the guys that honestly I saw highlights of and made me really like football, and was the reason I think became a Giants fan originally. Long since have switched to the Minnesota Vikings. But he will be our head coach, and hopefully we'll be able to build a really good defense. I feel like the last couple of these state-only challenges, the offense has been the primary focus. So let's try to build a good defense with this one. As for the settings for this franchise, it will be on All Pro, not because I want it to be easier and that I can't handle all Madden. All of my other franchises that we play through every single game are on All Madden. This is primarily a sim, so I'm going to go All Pro as that is what Madden is technically designed to be best at-ish. Loose terms best. But all the other settings will basically be as it comes. I will turn off pre-existing injuries just so we could actually use all available players from the Carolinas. But with all that now done and said, it's time to jump into the draft. I'll show you guys the first 5 picks because there's 54 rounds, so it gets monotonous. We'll go through the first 5 picks, and we will also be getting through the first half of Season 1. Again, primarily sim. We'll watch a few games, sim majority. And now that we are finally into the draft, one more thing, again, if you are new, we do not have free reign to choose any player from any of the Carolina schools to start off with. We have to pick from a specific school, just as a way to make it a little bit more difficult for me to try to build a good team. So let's bring up the spinny wheel. And as you could tell, I guess I should look this way. As you could tell with this wheel, there are a lot of teams. I included all of the FBS teams. I did not include FCS or any other lower division that may very well have some players in this game, just because there's probably not going to be a whole lot. So we have a lot of schools for the picker to pick from. And hopefully it goes in our favor. And there goes the spinny wheel. I'm looking over at my computer now if it looks weird that I'm looking off screen. But who do we get to pick from first? Coastal Carolina. Okay, I mean, it could be worse. We'll see how many players actually are available with that team. And using the website Our Lads, it tells me there are 4 players in the NFL currently who played at Coastal Carolina. So that means we have to pick all 4 of them if they are available. Once we get through all available players, we can then choose any player from any of the schools in the Carolinas. So, with our first overall pick, tight end Isaiah Likely. He's 23 years old, 6'5", 241, star dev trait. Did I say 72 overall? Not sure if I did. If not, he's a 72 overall. He has 83 speed, 80 catching, 87 acceleration. Awareness is okay, run block okay, with some decent catch in traffic, spec catch, route running, not too bad. Short route running is actually pretty decent. He could very well be a starting tight end for us, and we've had some pretty good tight ends in these state-only challenges. So we'll see if that rings true with our first round pick. And with our second pick, and the only or the last remaining available player of the 4 possible, the other 2 are not available currently just because there's a lot more players with higher overalls, I'm assuming. So other players not available yet. Our second overall pick will be Jeffrey Gunter, right end, out of Coastal Carolina, 6'4", 256, 23 years old. I'm thinking more of an edge rusher. So we might be making more of a 3-3-5, maybe a 3-4. We'll see what kind of team we could build. 81 speed, 83 strength, 90 acceleration, with only 66 finesse moves, 63 block shedding. Reminds me quite a bit of Shaka Toney from our Washington Commanders replacement series. But we have to pick him. So he's our second round pick. And now with all available players from the original allotted school picked, we are now free to pick anyone that we want. And so that first free pick for us to go after, I think, quarterback to get the best available, and that is Daniel Jones out of Duke. And I didn't know this, but Duke apparently is in North Carolina. So that helps us out, but we'll be bringing in Daniel Jones, 6'5", 230. He's 25 years old, so still has a few more years that he could get better. Decent throw power with 87. Accuracies are okay. Short is good. Deep and medium need to be worked on, but he has some running ability. Not that I want him running a lot, but a chance for him to escape the pocket and gain some yards would be nice. So we'll be bringing in Daniel Jones. And now going over to the defensive side for our fourth pick. Out of Clemson, which is in South Carolina, we have Dexter Lawrence. Lawrence Taylor, of course, is going to go after another Lawrence who dominates on the defensive line. 6'4", 342, 24 years old. He has a lot of strength, great block shedding, great power moves. 73 speed on the interior will be just fine for us. Plus good injury and everything, so it'd be a great pick. 94 overall with our fourth pick. And with our last draft pick together, we will go offensive line, best available left guard Joe Thuney. Played at NC State, 6'5", 305, 29 years old, so is on the older side, but still should be good for the next 3 or so years. Very much a pass blocker. Okay, I mean, solid middle tier or average, I would say. Maybe run block, maybe a little bit above average. He might slide out to play a tackle spot for us with how good that pass blocking is. We'll see what other guys we end up bringing in. But he will be our last pick here, at least recorded. I'll go ahead and draft everyone else, and we'll run through the roster. And now with all the drafting done, let's meet the team with Dexter Lawrence, our highest overall 94. We have a nice handful of 80 overall players, actually a little bit more than a handful. So the team is actually looking pretty good. I want to say they're about a 77, maybe 78 overall, which is about where the Georgia-only squad won a Super Bowl. But let's meet the individual players here. Daniel Jones, we know we picked him up. He will be our starting quarterback. Backing him up, Ryan Finley out of NC State. At running backs, we're going with some more power backs here. Javonte Williams, followed by Mike Davis. We did bring in Darrington Evans, and we brought him in to be a little bit more of our speed back, maybe catching back. We'll see if he gets in the mix. We also have Rico Dowdle, I think is how it's pronounced. At fullback, again, since we're going to be going with a little bit more of a power offense, I did actually bring in a fullback this time, and it'll be Adam Prentice. Receivers, Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones, and Sammy Watkins will be our top three. Mac Hollins could break into that top three depending on the play of Watkins. And then we have Armani Rogers and Cornell Powell to back up. At tight end, Isaiah Likely does remain our starter with Noah Gray and Nick Muse to back up. All of our tight ends are all 23 years old, so that's fun. Left tackle James Hurst will get the start, backing up Jackson Carman. Left guard Joe Thuney does stay there because the left tackle can't run block, so we keep a good mixed guy in the middle. Tyler Shatley will back up there. Our center is Lincoln Tomlinson, moved him from the left guard spot. Right guard will be A.J. Can, and right tackle Brandon Shell. We also have Brandon Parker backing up. So the offensive line isn't bad, a little bit on the older side, but they should hold up decently well. And on defense, we will be running a 3-4. So our down defensive linemen, Deshaun Williams and Carlos Watkins listed at left end. Right end will be Ronald Blair III and Laryl Murchison. DT's Dexter Lawrence II, followed by B.J. Hill, who will be one of the guys starting. And last, C.J. Brewer. At outside linebacker, Jadavian Clowney and Tommen Fox. On the other end will be Shaq Lawson, Cleveland Farrell, and Chris Rumpf II. Our interior linebackers will be Cole Holcomb, Jermaine Pratt, Jeremiah Gemmel, and Balin Spector. Your starting corner will be J.C. Horn with Rashad Fenton on the other side. In the slot, it might be Antonio Hamilton or Mackenzie Alexander, not quite sure yet, and Jasir Taylor and Josh Blackwell will back up. Your free safety will be Isaiah Simmons, who was in my Cardinals franchise as a linebacker. He played very well there. I expect him to play just as well at free safety. Backing up will be MJ Stewart Jr. Strong safety, J-Ron Curse. Backing up will be Israel Mukamu, is maybe how it's pronounced, not sure, and Nolan Turner. Our kicker will be Elliott Fry. He has decent power, not very good accuracy. We'll see how well he does. And at punter will be Trenton Gill. On our practice squad at receiver, Daz Newsome. Offensive line, Tremaine Akram Jr. and Dante Smith. Defensive line, Demetrius Taylor. Outside linebacker, Taryn Jackson and Luigi Villain, maybe? Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Inside linebacker, James Skulski and Luke Masterson. Another outside linebacker in Jeffrey Gunter. Cornerbacks, Shamar John Charles, Sean Jolly, and Kyler McMichael. As for draft picks that we will have for our first draft, only 5. That's at least if we don't end up trading up or down. We have our 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 7th. So we're missing our 3rd and our 5th. And speaking of draft, our draft class actually has a pretty sizable amount of players available for us. Again, they have to have played at a school in the Carolinas. We actually have a total of 42 available players. Typically, I want to say we have around like 15 to 20. So this is almost double that, which is fantastic. Also probably because there's a lot of schools in the Carolinas. Going through, no quarterbacks, no running backs, no fullbacks. There are some receivers, but the only draftable or projected draftable is Tremaine Snow, a round 2 to 3. There is a round 1 projected tight end in Jesse Adkins. On the offensive line, not much. A lot of potential undrafteds, with the best being right guard Rob Springs, a projected day 3. On the defensive line, not a whole lot for the left or right ends. There are some potential draftable defensive tackles, with 2 round 3 to 4s being Brenton Harris and Jonathan Anderson, and a day 3 in DeAndre Farrell. At the outside linebacker spots, Ty Givens is a projected day 3 at left outside linebacker. At right outside linebacker, we have a round 2 to 3 projection in Dom Dennard and a day 3 in Johnny Barton. And in middle linebacker, a day 3 projection in Elton Stutphin. But at corner, we have some promise here with a round 1 to 2 projection and 2 to 3 projection. Danny Walker and Marcus Williams. We have one for sure corner who could definitely grow. Past him, being J.C. Horn, I'm not quite sold on the cornerback group. We also have a round 1 projected free safety in Daniel Honeycutt, which could potentially be good. We can maybe even move Isaiah Simmons back to linebacker if we need to, if we end up drafting Honeycutt, or maybe even CJ Long, who is a projected round 3 to 4. All kind of depends on how they pan out. Strong safety, no potential drafteds. There are some kickers and punters. So again, like I said, if our current kicker and punter don't play well, we have options in the future. But now the team is set. We had a brief look at the future of the draft. We'll talk more about it as this goes on. Again, going to get through about the halfway point of the season, around week 7 or 8 typically. Probably 7 in case we end up wanting to make a trade. So, first game, we will jump in and watch against the Browns with Devontae Adams. They also have Nick Chubb, so their offense should be pretty good. Or at least those two are really good. They might have no one else past that. Defense, 83. They're just an 83 across the board. Like I mentioned, this team, this Carolina's team, 77 offense, 79 defense for a 77 overall, is about the same kind of structure there that Georgia was when we set the record beating this challenge after just 2 seasons. We'll see if Carolina can rival that as we jump on in and watch the first game. start this challenge on defense. Very fitting for the Lawrence Taylor-led Carolina's team. Pass across the middle is caught. Be about a gain of 6 for Sam Darnold, who is the starting quarterback here for the Browns, caught by Duvernay. Again, like I said, we are playing a 3-4, so expect some edge rush, some big guys in the middle. As they go the pass to the outside, no one there. Caught for the first down to the 39. That was by Njoku. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom here. Single back set will be another pass. Darnold just chilling in the pocket. Pass rush eventually going to get there, and there it is. First sack of the series goes to Williams. It'll take me probably a game or so to remember all the starters' names. 2nd and 19 here. Play action pass. Darnold heading down the sideline. Caught, but out of bounds. So that'll force a 3rd and long. The front 7 and the safeties of this defense, I feel solid about. The cornerback group, I'm not sure on. We'll see how well that affects us as the season goes on, but defense gets a stop on their first possession, first time out there. Either way, they're punting the ball. And now it's time to see what Daniel Jones and the offense can do. A tight shotgun set, quick pass to the top will be complete. Fighting forward, about a gain of 9. Is that to our backup tight end? What was it, Noah Gray? I think that's what it was, and it was him. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Be a read option, and that's actually a really good. They give us the first down. Okay, I was going to say a really good tackle by the end. Von Miller, but apparently a little home field advantage there. 1st and 10, another run here. This time down the middle goes the other Williams. I feel like we have a couple Williams on this team. Might be wrong there. Maybe, yeah, because it was the DT who got the sack was Williams. Yeah, 2nd and 7. Some more pistol look. Gonna send Renfro in motion. Fake the jet sweep, handoff down the middle, and not a whole lot there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. A lot of pistol formation. I kind of like that. Feel like with Daniel Jones, who has some mobility, that's a good formation. Tosses one down the sideline. Caught. First down, crossing midfield. Big catch there by Zay Jones. That's who it is. Daniel Jones to Zay Jones. Like I said, it's going to take me a few games here to remember the names as we start a new franchise challenge here. Shotgun look here. Daniel Jones trying to set up the running back screen. Gets the ball off just in time, and Williams gets close to the first for another gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Last time we ran the read option and somehow got the first. Will be another handoff down the middle with plenty of room to run. Really good job from the offensive line there as we find ourselves inside the 25. Follow that up by going out in the bunch shotgun look. Might need to mess with the rotation at the running back spot. Get some of the backups in. Renfro with his first catch. Another gain of 9. For our 3rd 2nd and 1 of the first drive. 2 running back set, including what I believe is the fullback. Will be a read option. We handed up off top and couldn't find the corner. Good stop by the Browns. So 3rd and 3, as it does look like the backup running back checks in here. For that same play, stretch to the top goes Davis, and once again, not finding the edge. 4th and 3, we'll probably send out the field goal unit and see how well he actually can do. This looks like it would be about a 33-yarder, maybe 34-yarder. Snap is back, hold down, kick is up. That's good, so we know he could at least hit from short range. And with one drive down for both teams, we'll jump into some quicker sim. 13, and then a sack by Jadeveon Clowney. Back him up a little bit as we start the 2nd quarter. 19 yards to Trotman, so erases the sack. First down crossing midfield. 7 more yards there, then a throwaway. 3rd and short, another throwaway. Do they go for it? They do, and Duvernay gets 28, putting them down inside the red zone. Nick Chubb, I believe his first run. 5 yards, followed by 4, 3rd and 1. Touchdown to Devontae Adams. Browns take the lead, get the field goal, make it 7-3. Now for our 2nd drive on offense, start with 10 yards to Zay Jones. 7 more to Williams. 2nd and 3. Another heavy rush there for Williams. 7 more yards. 5 more yards. Can we get a rotation going? 11 to Renfro as we're well across midfield, and then a 2-yard loss to Williams. He'll at least get that back +1. 3rd and 10. A sack by Von Miller probably knocks us out of field goal range, and it looked like there was an injury, but I think it was for the Browns. And following a false start on 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5 for the Browns. 2 up top, I think 3 to the bottom. Darnold throwing all the way down to the bottom with the first down catch, gain of about 6, maybe 7. And that was Duvernay. And like I mentioned, not quite sold on the coverage of this team. I think the first trade, if we do make one, would be at corner. Another first down catch to Njoku, who turns up the sideline for about a gain of 13. So we can't have really good guys in the front 7 and give up a lot of yards. I've seen that too many times this last NFL season. Quick pass across the middle and caught. Gain of about 9.5, coming up inches shy of the first as they cross midfield. Sam Darnold with true 2 to 3, maybe to the bottom. Play action. Will go deep downfield and underthrown. Devontae Adams was about to run through that wall. Okay, glitchy Madden. 3rd and inches, I expect you hand it off to Chubb. Indeed you do. Had a lead blocker there who cleared the path for sure. Another first down as they go inside the 40. And with that fresh set of downs, heavy tight end look. 3 of them out there. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. Will be a run to the top. Nick Chubb had a little bit of space to go. Holcomb will bring him down with the help of, I think, Jermaine Pratt. And that also sent us into the 2-minute warning. Would like to have one more possession on offense. Browns here with possession. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. The throw down across to the bottom and a wide open Nick Chubb. Not great coverage like I mentioned. Perhaps we might be making that trade a little bit earlier. Don't want to jump the gun, but if Sam Darnold is carving us up, it's not a great sign. Not much Patros there, but that one overthrown, picked off. I believe that might be Horton. I am not sure. Whoever it is, he's headed down the sidelines, and he gets tripped up. No, they don't blow the whistle. What is happening? Tackled by Sam Darnold. Okay. And that was actually one of the backup safeties with the INT. Just overthrow Chubb, and some weird things happened downfield. It was Israel Mukwamu with the INT, getting us all the way down to the 4 here. Quick pass and knocked away. Good job by the corner jumping the route. Daniel Jones intended that for Zay Jones. Just a great play by the corner. Bunch to the top here. I would expect a handoff. No, we go with another pass. Down to the bottom, dump this one off to Williams, trying to power through 2 defenders, and they give it to us. We are in. First touchdown of the series. Goes to a dump off to the bottom, trucking 2 defenders, and into the end zone for Williams. And that was a great way to capitalize off the turnover as the Browns head back out. About a minute left before halftime. Dump off underneath, goes to Njoku, gain of about 7 as they call their first timeout. But also somehow quickly get back to the line here. So we'll keep going. Trips to the bottom, 1 up top. Darnold with a running back. Chubb sends him out in the route. Another shorter throw, I guess more of a medium throw. Goes to 13, 2nd timeout called, but right back to the line. As we continue a slow hurry up here, another trips formation to the top, play action, go deep down across the field. That is caught, and I don't think we're catching him. So yeah, this secondary needs some work. Well, they had a really good 2-minute offense. Let's see if we can match. Come out in the pistol look here. 2 up top, 2 to the bottom. Quick pass underneath, caught, turning upfield, gets close to the first. Marked a little shy, so we'll call a timeout and then head out in the empty look. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Sam Darnold, not Sam Darnold, that's them. Danny Dimes here with a quick toss. First down, close to midfield, 2nd timeout called. That one was caught by Renfro. Another shotgun look here. 3 to the bottom, 1 up top. Have the running back in the backfield. Jones will dump it off to Williams, and not a whole lot extra after that. So with no timeouts remaining, I'll jump out here with the offense. Once again, don't play a lot, but occasionally I'll jump in here for time management kind of sake. Toss this one out to the outside, trying to hit Renfro, who does get the catch. He does not get out of bounds. We've got to run a quick play here, trying to get into the end zone. Guess we only have one more time remaining, or one play remaining, I should say. 1-on-1. Toss this one up to Jones, who can't hold on to it. 38 breaks up another pass in the end zone. We'll head on into halftime, 14-10. Pretty good first half. Need to clean up some things on defense, primarily the coverage. They're not testing us in the front seven, so I just imagine that's them saying that we have a good front seven. Well, let's get this second half underway. We'll start with possession. A great opportunity here to retake that lead. Start off in shotgun. Hand this one off to Williams, who keeps trying to stretch it to the top. He's a power back. Just run down the field. He's had 10 carries so far for 30 yards. Could have more again if he would just stick the foot and get downfield, as you do right there. Just power through and almost got away from the defender. But they do bring him down. Another gain of 3. So it'll be 3rd and 7. Bunch up top, one lone receiver to the bottom. Daniel Jones back in the backfield. Shotgun look. Has an open receiver, but not the best throw there. 4th and 4. Safe to punt the ball here. And just as we did to start the game, we'll watch one possession on both sides. So defense, what you got for us here? As they go with a stretch down to the bottom. First run play we've seen in a while, and stuffed at the line. Jermaine Pratt there to bring down Chubb. They end up giving him about half a yard, maybe a full yard, but not much. They'll immediately drop back into shotgun. Have another bunch up top. And Njoku is just off the line to the bottom. That's where they go on the drag. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and will get them the first down. And I'm seeing quite a bit of the backup safety, I feel like, in. So I feel like Madden changed the depth chart and moved one of my safeties to either a sub linebacker or a slot corner. So I'll need to check on that. But we get the nice throwaway slash kind of pass breakup-ish there. On first down, 2nd and 10, another pass here for Darnold to the top of the screen. Caught Njoku close to the first, and they do have it. Getting some of that coverage just a little bit too soft. I would like a little bit, some closer coverage here. Another pass here for Darnold as we try to set up a cornerback blitz. Did not work. Another catch for Devontae Adams, gain of 6, which is better than 6 points. 2nd and 4, 2 tight ends to the bottom. Be a play action roll, not roll, just play action. Sam Darnold has really good blocking up front. He's had a lot of time. So perhaps maybe the front seven isn't as good as I was thinking it would be, or the Browns just have a really good offensive line. Darnold, quick pass top, intercepted, his 2nd of the day as he gets downfield. Number 21 with the INT is Fenton. We'll take over in plus territory. And we got to watch after a turnover, so let's see if this offense can capitalize. Daniel Jones back in shotgun. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. And it looked like we might have had, no, it was just Isaiah Likely looks rather large, like some of the smaller offensive linemen. I thought we had an offensive lineman at tight end in the shotgun, which would have been weird, but I'm sure someone's done it. 2nd and 7, play action pass here. Daniel Jones needs to get rid of it. Good pickup there from Javonte Williams, but a really bad pass. I don't even know who that was intended for. 3rd and 7. 2 up top, 1 to the bottom. Jones will dump this one off to Williams. Cuts downfield, will fight for it, stretch for it, and get it. Eli Apple just a little late on the tackle there. We'll go back to that 2 running back set. They flip it, go towards the bottom here. Have some blockers cut downfield. Nice little juke there. We'll get by 1 defender, gain of 7. Down to the 29. We could take our time too. We don't have to rush. Another 2 receiver set down to the bottom. Daniel Jones goes towards the top with a catch inside the red zone. First catch by Sammy Watkins. And I think same formation, similar formation. A lot of 2 receiver sets to the bottom. And yeah, that was not very good blocking by our tackle. Von Miller with the sack, loss of 10. And maybe still in field goal range. Not quite sure what Fry can do just yet. Another two receiver to the bottom look here. Daniel Jones across the middle, wide open. We'll find Sammy Watkins close to the first, marked inches shy. And despite the one bad pass we saw earlier on this drive, Daniel Jones has been pretty accurate, 15 of 18. As we go with a read option, he takes it to the top, cuts in, no one is there, untouched to the end zone for Danny Dimes. And with quite a few more games to get through the rest of this video, we'll jump into some quicker sim here. 3rd and 5, they convert with a catch by Watson, gain of 12. As we head into the 4th quarter, 17 more to Duvernay, 29 to Chubb, as they find themselves inside the 15, inside the 5, 2nd and 4, 2 more yards, and another turnover, Rashad Fenton with his 2nd. We'll take over somewhere, pretty far back there, so I don't know what that gigantic yellow line was for. Williams for a gain of 3, 6 to Renfro, 3rd and 1. -2 to Daniel Jones. We'll have to punt away, but we do keep some points off the board for them. 6 yards for Njoku to start their drive. 12 more to Njoku. And then only 2 on a rush by Sam Darnold. 2nd and 8, throwaway. 3rd and 8. Pass dropped by Njoku. They punt this one away. Let's jump in. We need to see this team be able to drain the clock. We have good run blockers. We have a good running back down the middle, right through the defender. Number 97 just got flattened with a little help of the blocker, but still a great run there by Williams. 2nd and 2, not jinx myself here. Go with another handoff down the middle. Tried to let the play develop. We'll only get about a gain of 1. And we'll bring up that 3rd and 1. And I was glad I did end up drafting a fullback because we are using one quite a bit. Another read option, Danny Dimes close, and they give it to us once again. And I did mention, I think earlier, I didn't want him running too much, but right now that read option has been running very well, and oh, you needed to cut inside the block there, Williams. Good stop by number 33. Will be a loss of 2 to force 2nd and 12. 2 receivers up top, 1 off. Not off, but pretty close to off the screen to the bottom. Will be another pass here. Danny Dimes needs to get rid of it. Will get rid of it. And threw it out of bounds. So 3rd and 2. A conversion here would be really nice. Looks like maybe 2 receivers to the bottom, including 1 off screen. Going to move one of the tight ends to the bottom. Will be a pass. To the bottom we go. And caught by the fullback. A gain of 4. And after the punt, the Browns take over, back at the 20, with 2 minutes, 15 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts, and there's a sack. Jadeveon Clowney, his 2nd of the day. Comes around the edge, even had a chip from, I think, Chubb, headed out of the side and did not stop it whatsoever. You see Chubb try to actually cut block him. Nah, he's a vet. Hops over, slams down Darnold. Some of that USC versus USC rivalry. And we definitely had the victor there. 2 and 2. Wow, 2nd and 16. Pass across the middle goes Watson, who breaks a tackle and gets close to the first, and they give it to him. Sloppy tackling there. 1st and 10 for Darnold. 1:40 and under now. Pass to Chubb, who just stiff-armed the safety, who is definitely playing more than usual. I'm going to have to double check the depth chart after this game, but he's made some plays, so we'll let him finish game 1. 2nd and 2, 2 receivers either side. Chubb in the backfield. Will be a shotgun pass. Pass rush coming in and will hit home. What is that, our 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 4th, 5th? I don't know. We've had a lot of them today. 3rd and 15, trips up top, 1 to the bottom. Chubb once again in the backfield next to Darnold, who will sit in the pocket, unleash up top, and we try to jump the pass, and Duvernay with another 1st down. We've given up too many. Actually, was that Duvernay or was that Devontae Adams? I think it might have been Adams underneath, and that was close to a jumped pass. Still caught, gain of 4 to Chubb. About 40 seconds left on the clock. They haven't crossed midfield yet. And a great pickup there by Chubb. We had a linebacker breaking open, but we still get the forced pass out of bounds. 3rd and 6, 2 up top, 1 to the bottom. A stop here would be huge. Darnold Has pass rush coming, unleashes the Chubb. It bounces off the side of his head as he continued running for the sideline wall. Come on, Madden, fix yourself a little bit. 4th and 6. A stop here could win us the game. They go down the field, knocked out, and that should do it. 2 timeouts remain. Should not be enough to stop this clock. Your Carolina's squad should be walking away victorious. And indeed we do walk away victorious with a 17-14 game. We allowed a lot of passing yards, but we forced 3 turnovers that were critical in keeping points off the board and getting some points ourselves. Nice way to start this series with a dub. And after simming on over to the next week where we will be playing the 0-1 New York Giants, we have a weekly award winner, and that is our corner in Fenton, who had both, or 2? Did we have? Yeah, we had 3 interceptions. So 2 of the 3 interceptions. He also had 9 tackles. We also have a breakout opportunity for a DB, and I expect that it's most likely him. It would either be him or the backup safety, but I'm hoping it's Fenton. And that's who it is, Rashad Fenton. Coach, have you watched the film from last week's game? Man, the secondary was locked down. It was the best game I've played in a long time, and I really feel like I'm coming into my own, you know? Another game like last week, and man, I'll feel like I've arrived. That would be great if he could get that. Like I said, the secondary needs help. We just have to hold the Giants to 200 or less passing yards, or Fenton himself has to get either another interception or a forced fumble, tackle for a loss, or a sack. We're not going to watch this game. We are going to sim it. And hopefully for his sake, he does get that dev boost. And no win streak to start the season. We drop a close game to the Giants, 31-28. And that was with what looks like a possible comeback for us in the 4th quarter. Maybe we gave it up late. Not quite sure. Wish there was a better breakdown than this. As for the player stats, Daniel Jones, a solid day, 284, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked once and completed only 55% of his passes. So maybe some better accuracy or better catching. Not quite sure. Again, kind of hard to tell with just looking at stats. 2 touchdowns, though, for Javonte Williams on 13 carries for 61 yards. Daniel Jones also ran the ball 7 times for 23 yards. Hunter Renfrow went off, though. 6 catches, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns. 66 on 4 for Zay Jones, 40 on 2 for Sammy Watkins, 29 on 3 for Isaiah Likely, and Javonte Williams only 1 catch. On the defense, both Cole Holcomb and Jermaine Pratt led the team in tackles with 10. We had quite a few tackles for a loss and spread out, and I see Rashad Fenton has a tackle for loss, which means he is moving up to a star dev. Both him, Holcomb, Dexter Lawrence, BJ Hill, Ronald Blair III, and Deshaun Williams got a tackle for a loss. We had 2 total sacks, 1 for Jadeveon Clowney, that's 2 games in a row with at least 1. Dexter Lawrence and JC Horn shared a sack. And there were no forced turnovers. How did the kicking game do? 4 for 4 on extra points, and we did not have a single field goal attempt. So still toss up on Elliott Fry on to how well he's doing. And just to confirm, Rashad Fenton, coach, I've put in a lot of work this year, and I'm finally starting to see the results on the field. I appreciate you putting my talent to good use. So he does get the boost to star dev, which means he will increase that XP quicker, as well as getting a boost of just straight up 10,000 points. Now in week 3, we face the Saints. Both us and them are 1-1. We're in the same division, the NFC South, same as our last challenge with Georgia being with the Falcons. So that's kind of fun. Didn't realize that till now. So yeah, we will watch a little bit of this game. Kind of just check like highlight drives, if you will. Just important ones as we go. First couple, like the first drive of each quarter. Some key moments, because don't want to make this video too long. So let's jump on into this game against the Saints. And we'll be starting off week 3 on offense. Heavy tight end look with 2 to the top, fullback in the backfield. Hand this one off to Williams, who gets stuffed basically at the line. They'll give us a gain of 1. And I don't know if you could tell so far, but I prefer the black helmet of the Carolina Panthers. I know some people don't like it, but I think it looks better. I think the Panthers, as well as the Cardinals are well overdue for some new uniforms. Get a gain of 3 from Williams on the last run, setting up 3rd and 6. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Shotgun look. Daniel Jones, pass across the middle and knocked away. First drive, not going anywhere. We'll punt. Hopefully our defensive drive can go a little bit better. They'll start out in shotgun. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Russell Wilson, the quarterback, in a roll. Try to avoid the sack, and it kind of looked like Jadeveon Clowney knocked that out of Wilson's hands, but they blew the whistle. I don't know. Gain of nothing. 2nd and 10. Be a play action pass. Russell to the corner and caught out of bounds as he goes for a gain of about 15. That'll give them a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back under center they go, dropping back, short pass, across the middle, caught to about the 49, crossing midfield. So not a whole lot of deep passes. Devontae Parker with the catch. Trips up top, tight end as a lineman. He'll get the drag route, gain of a few yards, come up a little shy of the 1st down. About half a yard needed here on 3rd and what they call 1. Bunch to the bottom. Can we get back there in time? No. Plenty of running room down the middle. Tony Pollard converts. And with that fresh set of downs, another 2 receiver look either side, including, I think, the tight end to the bottom. Russell Wilson going to roll out and scramble, having the 1st down and quite a little bit more. A gain of about 16. Now would be a good time for one of those turnovers from the defense. Another twins look either side. Russell throws down to the bottom, caught, turning up, going down the sideline, and a 1st down. Is that Deebo Samuel? It is. He's a potential guy we could add to this team if we have a bunch of excess picks. If I remember correctly, he went to South Carolina. 3 up top, 1 to the bottom here. Wilson going to roll to the top. Jadeveon Clowney in pursuit. Will find him. Forced fumble. There's the turnover I was talking about. Picked up, scooped up, fell on. Lawrence, we recover, and we'll jump into that sim. So that is now a sack in each of the first 3 games. Renfro gets us the 1st down here on 2nd down. A sack by Montez Sweat. Wow, stumbling around. 3rd and long here, and likely drops it. That's unfortunate. So the offense not doing great in this game. Tony Pollard, loss of 2. Wish it said who had the tackle for a loss, rather. Sack here again, B.J. Hill. That's really nice to see. 14 yards to Deebo Samuel, but does not convert, and they do punt. So the offense will keep on going. See if we could get anything better going. 16 yards, Zay Jones. Gets 5 more to Renfro. That was the fullback. Then throw away. 3rd and 5. 12 yards, Sammy Watkins converts, putting us in plus territory as we start the 2nd quarter. Another throwaway. 3rd and long, and sack by Chase Young. 4th and 18. Punt this one away. A better drive. Still not quite good enough, though. Another penalty will back them up here, or a penalty. I don't know if there's been a penalty besides that one. Pollard 7. 3rd and 5. Deebo converts by triple the yards needed. 16 more yards. And then a penalty on Jermaine Pratt. Looks like offsides. 8 yards goes to the tight end in Saubert. And a throwaway by Wilson. 3rd and 2. Tony Pollard converts. 1 yard rush by Wilson to follow. 17 more yards gets him inside the 25. A penalty backs him back out of the 25. Then a throwaway. And another penalty. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, I should say, by this Saints team. 13 yards, Devontae Parker. 3rd and 7. They do not get the 1st, but they're in field goal range, and they nail it, which puts them up 3-zip. And with 3:40 left on the clock before halftime, offense back out on the field, bunched to the bottom. Daniel Jones, that was an iffy pass. A linebacker was just kind of sitting right underneath with Miles Jack. Luckily, he didn't read that very well. 2nd and 1 after the gain of 9. Gonna make an audible here. Go with a run, stretching it too far. Not a great play call there. Try to get to the outside. We're running a power scheme for a reason. Stick the foot in the ground and head downfield. 3rd and 4. Trips up top, 1 to the bottom. Eventually we'll snap it. There it is. Quick pass. That was actually a lot further downfield than I thought we would ever have someone there that quickly. We don't get the catch, and we will have to punt. Let's get another drive in here, this time watching the defense. They come out with a tight shotgun look. Russell Wilson, quick pass. Tony Pollard out of the back of the backfield, and he's headed down the sidelines. Isaiah Simmons will finally catch him. But they basically flip the field on one play. And that is just the power of Tony Pollard. Can really just put on the afterburners and make what should be a small play, maybe 5-10 yards, turn into like a 60-yard play. Some off coverage there, not great either. And that'll get him inside the red zone at the 10 for Westbrook Akine. And now an empty look for Russell. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. He'll stand, roll, gonna roll, keeps rolling and does not know where to go, but will be enveloped by Clowney for his second sack of the day. I'll say one thing's for sure, this Lawrence Taylor defense knows how to sack a quarterback. They go with another throw out to the top. Pollard with the catch. Be about a gain of roughly 8, I think. And they'll call a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 13. 1 minute, 1 second on the clock before half. Russell is going to roll to the top. No, cancel the roll. We'll pass it to, I think, Akine, who will get the catch, get some yards. But 4th and goal. Set to take the field goal once again, this time from the 18, so about a 28-yarder. This one is good. We'll put them up 6-0, and I'll jump out here with the offense. So 49 seconds. We have all 3 timeouts. I would like to at least set up a field goal attempt. Zay Jones with the quick release, gets the catch. Nice pass there from Danny Dimes. We'll hit the hurry up here, trying to save some of these timeouts and find some play that doesn't look awful. We'll go the single high safety. Not sure if that was the best idea. Roll this one out, and that one's intercepted. Sammy Watkins whiffed on the catch and went through his hands, and Campbell is going to take this one to the end zone. Pick 6. Well, that blew up in my face. And with 14 seconds now, why not? We'll give it another go here. What could happen? We throw another pick 6? I mean, that is exactly what could happen. Hollins with the catch. 8 seconds left. Call a timeout. And now 8 seconds left. Still have 2 timeouts. Gonna need something to break open, but there's really not much. Keep rolling to the sideline. Catch. No. Drop by Williams. 1 second left. It's time for a Hail Mary. Just need the line to block well enough to get these receivers downfield. They do have Chase Young, so something to keep an eye out on, and it is lined up against our worst of our offensive linemen. Chucking this one downfield. Who can make a play? Almost caught twice. First was by Isaiah Likely, tipped off his hands, and then I think almost caught by another receiver. Eventually, it hit the turf. So we'll head on into halftime, down 13-0. Need the offense to come alive in the second half. Only 2 rushing yards for us. That's got to get better. And we'll be starting on defense. So defense, we're going to need one of those turnovers again. Go with a run on play 1. Down the middle, gain of about 2-3 yards. Tackled by Pratt. And then to a heavy look. 3 tight ends all to the top. 1 receiver to the bottom. Russell Wilson under center. We'll hand this one off with a stretch up top. Pollard forced in, and a quick tackle on the outside by number 27, J-Ron Curse, to bring up 3rd and 6. Twins either side. Russell will take the snap, throw off the mark, intended for their tight end, and now they'll punt. Well, we went scoreless in the first half. We need to finish this first drive with a touchdown. If we could take less time off the clock, that'd be solid. And no, you hand that one off, Danny Dimes. Read option, 2 incoming defenders, you give it to the running back. Instead, he keeps it. Will be a loss of 3. Go back to the pistol look here. Another read option. He keeps it this time. Has a lead blocker for a split second, and he fumbles. Ball still bouncing around. And I think that was recovered by the Saints. Indeed, it was. Not looking like a great game here against a division rival. Russell Wilson comes out shotgun, tight formation, hands this one off down the middle. Pollard wrapped up by B.J. Hill, gain of 3. And now very similar formation, but dropping under center this time. Still in that tight look. Gonna motion over Akine. Fake the jet sweep, hand it off down the middle and stuffed in the backfield. Number 21 comes down and gets the stop. That is Rashad Fenton. So 2 weeks, back-to-back tackles for a loss. Not too bad for a slot, nickel, corner, whatever you prefer to call it. Toss this one to the outside, intercepted. Number 24, Hamilton. And I'm going to come out here with this offense because we are backed up and I don't want us running any sort of read options on the goal line. Down the middle we go. Williams, short gain of 2. And he has a net gain of 0 yards today. So a lot of work needs to be done because we should not have any sort of rushing day where he does not have a lot of yards. Go with the jet sweep, 2 more yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 as we spread it out. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Have a couple underneath routes. Wait for some of them to open up, and that's going to be an interception. Miles Jack. Saints will take right back over, basically right where they were. And that was not a good pass by Danny Dimes. You could tell he got flustered, and he just threw a ball. One-on-one, but was not in any sort of favor of the Carolina team. 2nd and goal here for the Saints as they come out with a heavy look. 2 standing receivers up top, fullback in the backfield. They will go with a pass to the outside, and the pressure threw off that one. 3rd and goal. Can the defense get a stand here? Force another field goal to at least keep this a 2-score game. Wilson will throw towards the end zone where they have a wide open tight end. Is that Hunter Henry? Maybe. Either way, touchdown for the Saints. And they're going to go for 2 to make this a 3-touchdown game. Bunch to the bottom, 1 receiver up top. Wilson will pass, rolling to the top. No one really, and there's a swat, so just kidding, the no one there. J-Ron Curse says, nuh-uh. We'll keep this a 19-point game. And all I'm saying is a 1-play touchdown drive would go a long way right now. So fingers crossed. Hand this one off down the middle. Williams, not a 1-play touchdown drive, but he gets 5 yards, so at least he's in the positive. 2nd and 5, bunch to the top-ish, kind of just right off the line. 1 lone receiver to the bottom, and there is an offsides by Chase Young, and then read option that we run right into Chase Young. And we declined the penalty? Why did we decline the penalty? Okay, 2nd and inches. Hand this one off down the middle, and actually no, we didn't decline it. We accepted it, but it was still 2nd and inches after accepting it, because that's how down math works. 1st and 10 now at least. Full house look. 1 receiver either side. Will be another read option, and bit very hard by number 33, but we're running that way too many times. Be a gain of 3, but I need Danny Dimes to be able to throw an accurate pass, and if he's running all the time, it's not going to help. 2nd and 7 will be a pass here. To the top of the screen, Williams with the catch, tries to turn up, stretches for it, gets the 1st down. Not a good day passing for Jones, 9 of 20, so under 50% completion. 1st and 10 will be a handoff to the top. Williams has some space, will get forward, about a gain of 8.5, maybe 9. Taking a fair bit of time off the clock here, would like a touchdown before the end of the 3rd at least. Be a run here. No read option. I guess it's still a run, just not a traditional run. A spin move from Danny Dimes as we get a 1st down to the 32. And I'm going to come in here because Danny Dimes is struggling with how much they're running him. So we'll check in here. Davis down the middle. Plows through one guy. I don't know why it sounded so strange coming out of my mouth, but it did. Can we get one more playoff? No. So we'll head into the 4th quarter. We're down 19. We need at least 20. 1st and 10 at the 21. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Gonna have to roll out here with the incoming rush. Let things develop. We'll find Jones. Cuts up. 1st down to the 5. Gonna go a little bit into that hurry up. Hand this one off down the middle. Williams trying to run through and does run through. We'll grab that touchdown. Finally, it took almost, 3 quarters and 25 seconds. But we're not done there. We're going for 2. If we could make this 19-16, at least rely on just a field goal at the end to send it into OT. And that doesn't work anyway because we're going to get sacked. So just kidding on that. Davis Gaithers, he gets the sack. And we'll see if our defense can get a stop here for us. Drop by Deebo Samuel. He's kind of been locked down since the first half. Russell Wilson not going anywhere. Then 15 for Devontae Parker. So not great. 4 yards Pollard. 6 yards. Does that convert? It does. Another first down. 5 more yards Pollard. Then 13 for Deebo. This isn't getting a stop here, defense. It's also taking some time off the clock that we need. 3rd and 4. A penalty by Holcomb gets him down to like the 1. Throwaway. Goal line stand? No. Pollard touchdown. So 25-6. Still a 19-point game. So that makes things interesting as we go for Isaiah Likely deep downfield. What a throw, Danny Dimes. Put that one on the money. We don't have time to celebrate. We're running right back to it as we try to get something open. How about to the outside? Going to be caught by Williams. Be a short gain. 4 minutes, 22 seconds left. We're at the 21. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. I can keep saying this, but it's not really going to change anything. Zay Jones inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal. Maybe Zay Jones to that back corner. We also have Renfro to the back corner, and then some underneath routes. And they cover all of them pretty well. Danny Dimes going to roll out. Pass rush coming in. He will throw it away. Still takes a bit of the hit. 2nd and goal, same formation. We'll go with a run. Cut to the left-hand side. Williams breaks the first tackle. Can't get by the second. Going to the hurry up as we have some underneath passes here. Once again, Zay Jones on the cross. How about Isaiah Likely in the back corner, but he left where he was. Instead, it's getting picked off. This could be returned for 6, and it looks like it will be returned for 6, putting a stamp on this game to the Saints. So we will go ahead and sim this one on out. We at least get another touchdown on the board. But the offense there just had nothing doing for us. I mean, absolutely nothing until the end, and just shows what kind of games we could get from Danny Dimes. Some really good games, some pretty bad games. We definitely need to stop running him as much. But after that embarrassing loss to the Saints, we come storming back with 3 straight close wins. A 35-31 victory over the Cardinals, 20-19 win over the 49ers, and 27-24 against the Rams. We'll run through these games really quickly. In the Cards game, Daniel Jones threw 221 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, and completed 63% of his passes. In the running game, 1 touchdown, 52 yards, and 13 carries for Williams. Jones also had a rushing touchdown, as well as Mike Davis, and the fullback had one as well. Receiving, Hunter Renfro got another touchdown on a $148, and not much else for these other receivers. Jermaine Pratt led us in tackles in this game. We also had some tackles for losses, 3 for Lawrence, and then 1 for Farrell, Fenton, and Blair. Only 1 sack, and that was also by Lawrence. Isaiah Simmons had an interception in this game, his first of the season. And Fry made all of his extra points. We did not attempt a field goal. In the Niners game, not a great game from Daniel Jones, only a $150, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 3 times, completed 60% of his passes. The rushing game, though, big day for Javonte Williams, a $158 on 24 carries and a touchdown. Mike Davis also had a touchdown. Renfro continues to lead us in receiving touchdowns, getting another one in this game, although Zay Jones had more yards, only by 5, but on 2 less catches. Jadeveon Clowney led us in tackles in this game. He also had 2 tackles for a loss, with 4 more, 1 for Curse, Lawrence, Hill, and Williams. And then both Clowney and Farrell were feasting in this game, 3 sacks each. And once again, all extra points made by Fry, no field goals attempted. And in the last game against the Rams, Daniel Jones, 208 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 2 sacks, and completed 62% of his passes. So expect him to make about 60% of his throws. Another touchdown for both Williams and Davis. And then the third running back, Evans, gets out there, and he gets one. No touchdown for Renfro in this game. Isaiah likely the only one with a receiving touchdown. He will miss our next game with a practice injury, but Renfro did have 80 yards on 7 catches. Jermaine Pratt once again led us in tackles. He also had 1 for a loss, which also helped lead us with only 1 other going to Cleveland Farrell. We did have a few sacks though, 1 for Clowney, Lawrence, and Hill. Now this time, not a fantastic day in the kicking department. Fry 3 of 4 on extra points and 0 for 1 on field goals. So his spot definitely not locked in for next year. And that all brings us here, where we have just a bunch up top of the NFC South, with the Buccaneers, Saints, and us all at 4-2. So we'll watch a bit of this game. They have a really good defense. Offense, not fantastic, but we've struggled against those offenses. So we'll see how well we could do. We'll primarily quick sim this game, mostly focus on the fourth quarter, if it's much of a game at that point. Hopefully, we're either way ahead or it's a good game. Well, let's get this game underway with some quick simming of each of the first 3 quarters. The Bucs, technically, they win that first quarter. Game close, 3-0. As we start the second quarter with us immediately getting a touchdown, we allow another field goal, 7-6. 3 field goals as we hit one to tie this thing up at half, 9-9. We'll jump through 1 more quarter and then watch the fourth. As the Bucs take a lead here, we tie things back up, and now we have a tie game to start the fourth quarter. So let's jump on in. Buccaneers with the ball in plus territory at the 39. Game tied 16-16 to start the fourth. They go with a quick toss to the top, caught, and will be a quick tackle gain of 5. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Bucs, 18 of 28 on the day. Follow up that gain of 5, going to empty set, 3 up top, 2 to the bottom. Looks like we'll be bringing 4 here. They go with a quick toss to the outside and knocked away. 3rd and 5. 2 receivers stacked to the bottom with another 2 up top. Rodgers in the pocket, will throw to the bottom and will find his receiver. First down to the 25. 226 yards and a touchdown for Rodgers. As he goes under center, 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. Will be a handoff down the middle, and we had a guy there. I think it was B.J. Hill, just didn't take a very good angle. And I'm hoping this isn't a face mask. It is much better than a face mask. Holding on Trevor Penning. We'll take it. Back him up. 1st and 12. As they come out with a single back look. 2 receivers up top. Rodgers will throw to the bottom to the running back, who's not going to get a whole lot after the catch. Be a gain of 4. And I'm not sure who it is. Etienne Jr. I was thinking that was him, but I feel like he normally starts off with a dev trait. I guess not. 2nd and 8. Rodgers will find his... No, not going to find his receiver. Instead, intercepted. J.C. Horn headed down the sideline and out of bounds at the 30. I like it. Anytime we can make Rodgers look bad on this channel, you know I'm going to do it. It's just part of being a Vikings fan. 1st and 10 here. Danny Dimes will throw to the bottom. That one almost intercepted right back. 14 of 25 on the day for Danny. And that was almost an interception. 2nd and 10. Be a read option. Cut that one inside. There's a forced fumble scooped up by the same guy that forced it. Number 3 headed to the outside. Brought down by one of our tight ends. And it's not good. Feel like I need to go in and adjust how often the read option is used here with this playbook, just so Danny isn't running as much. Under pressure, Rodgers finds ETN, gain of 7. And they'll go back to that kind of ace formation, but with the 2 receivers to one side. I don't know what that would be called. Rodgers, quick pass, quick catch, quick tackle. 1st down. Gets them down to the 11 with a tight shotgun look. Looking to take a lead here. Under 5 minutes left in the game. Rodgers to the top. Caught and about a 6-7 yard gain. That was A.J. Green with the catch as they go under center with that tight formation. Will be a handoff ETN down the middle and stuffed in the backfield by Holcomb. 11 rushes for 45 yards, so averaging about 4 yards a carry. Pretty solid. And on 3rd and 4, I thought they might have went with him, but instead Rodgers gonna look to pass to the end zone, caught, and touchdown. I was really hoping that foot was out of bounds, but Smith-Schuster puts the Bucs ahead. But a booth review is coming down. Fingers crossed as we take another look here. Nah, both feet are definitely in. Let's expedite this review, because that looks good to me. All right, Jones, I'll give you the reins here. Get your team down the field, tie this thing up. We'll start with another read option and to the outside. You got to cut that one up. Only 22 yards on 12 rushes for Williams. I think we're doing too many outside runs. Maybe a different playbook would be a solid choice as well. Go with a run down the middle here, and Williams will get 2. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. Trips up top, 1 to the bottom. Williams in the backfield. Jones take the snap, quick toss, and that is well off. We'll have to punt this one away, and hopefully the defense can get a stop for us. Under center, Rodgers starts. 2 receivers to the bottom. He hands this one off. Etienne with a nice cut, finds some space. And what could have been a loss of yardage actually turns into a gain of 7. As they will find 2nd and 3, dropping into shotgun, but everything else about the same with the formation. Rodgers snaps the ball, hands this one off down the middle. We have some guys there. Holcomb drags him down, 3rd and 1. But we'll hit the 2-minute warning. Defense needs to stand tall here. And I want to help us make sure that we do just that. Come out here with a double A gap blitz. Tight. Down towards the line. They go with a quick pass to the outside. Caught, 1st down. I'll stay in here to help manage these timeouts. About a minute and a half remain. Expect them to do more running throughout. Maybe one more pass on like a 3rd down situation. But I expect primarily them running the ball whenever they end up snapping this thing. We're really draining a lot of clock here as I go with the cut back to that left side. Pratt and Holcomb there to get the stop. 1st timeout. They marked that as a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Heavy formation. 3 tight ends out there. Etienne in the backfield. They go with a run to that left-hand side. Pratt there again. 2nd timeout called. And on 3rd and 4, we need the stop here. They go with Etienne trying to push through, and he gets it. A heck of a push. No reason to call the timeout. We can't stop the clock anymore after it. The Tampa Bay Bucs will win this game off of a really good push. We had guys there, but number 52 helped push Etienne forward, and that'll win them the game. We've seen Danny Dimes able to make some good plays. We've seen him make some bad plays, and I would say that's the same for just about everyone. So hopefully as this season continues, we'll be able to make some small corrections here and there. And I will probably most likely go in and edit some of the read options out of the playbook. But we will go ahead and end it here. Week 7, we could possibly trade for someone. Let me know in the comments section if you think there's anyone in particular that we should go after. Again, as a reminder, they had to have played at a school, at a college, in one of the Carolinas. It could be from any of the schools, just as long as that school is in North or South Carolina. So let me know in the comment section if there's anyone you think we should go after. I think there's a lot of talent, potential talent, in the draft. So that might mean it might have to be player for a player rather than us making trades for a player with picks. So keep that in mind. But next time, we'll go through, say, the 3rd quarter of the season, see how we're sitting, and if that ends up getting away from us, because as of right now, this is a very close situation here in the NFC South. Don't know how the Saints game went. Obviously, the Bucs are going to be up on us with them beating us today. The Saints also beat us earlier. So as things stand, Saints and Bucs should be above us. But as we move on, hopefully we could regain some of that ground and take over. That could send us into the playoffs in the 1st season, which would set a new record. Currently, Georgia has that, with the 2nd season being make the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl, which completes the challenge. So, who knows? Maybe the Carolinas can rival Georgia. But until next time, let me know if you guys want to see a trade. And also, make sure you're subscribing if you're not already. I know majority of people watching these videos aren't subscribed, so just go ahead and tick it. It's just on the opposite side of my face, like the other side of the screen. bottom right. Click on it, easily subscribe. You can also tick that bell icon to be notified of when my videos go live. I have, obviously, this Sim series posted every Wednesday and Saturday, but I have the traditional series in the sense of we play every single game, posted every Monday and Thursday. That is with the Commanders, but it's with the complete replacement squad. No original player is still on that team, but every other team is still the same. So check that one out if you're interested. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.